Thank you for joining us today on Earthfile. Welcome to the program. I'm Ayola Kasim. About 400 billion naira is lost yearly to importation of paper products. Some say that is because 3 major paper mills in the country are performing poorly. The sector is facing so many challenges, one of which is getting long fiber trees. Apart from this, the world's forests are destroyed as trees are cut down to extract cellulose, a basic raw material for making paper. Now, do you fancy writing on a paper made from seaweed? Researchers at the Mountaintop University in Ogun State are exploring this possibility. Their efforts are the focus of today's program. Do stay with us. The river within the lush green grounds of Mountaintop University in Ogun State has something useful for the researchers there. A part of it is covered with some amount of seaweed. And the researchers in the Department of Chemical Sciences see an opportunity to explore its usefulness. Dr. Kelly Indukwe is leading a group of scientists at the university on this project. The aim is to produce paper from these leaves, which has been identified as a major problem to the water body.
Researchers all over the world are looking at cellulosic waste as a viable alternative to producing pulp fibers for paper making and other materials that could be obtained from that bio resources. So that is why we started to harvest the seaweed, which is cellulosic waste.
After harvesting the weeds, the next stage is drying.
The seaweeds contain quite a number of cellulose. Like the work would change on the seaweeds, the preliminary examination that we carried out on the seaweeds. You know, the seaweeds has the leaves, the stem, and the flowers. And we were shocked to notice that the stem contains over 65% of cellulose. That is pulp fibers. While the leaves contains about 25%, and the flowers, flowers, about 5% or thereabout. So that's, informed the decision for us to say, wow, something tangible, could be gotten out of it.
After drying, the pulping process starts.
And after the drying process, we look at the moisture content. The moisture content, to a layman, what's inside the material is very important because we use it in our formulation of the chemical during pulping. So look at the moisture contents of the seaweed, of our biomaterial, of our raw material for the paper.
The fiber is first cut into pieces.
You need more easy.
And then cooked with caustic soda, also known as sodium hydroxide. The caustic soda, when cooked, makes it possible to get the fibers from the plant.
So when you start with the pulp production, the process of extraction of the cellulose, the chemistry there, you'll be able to, cook the material at a high temperature and pressure. The autoclave that we use is because we are yet to receive our digester, which we really ordered. With the digester, pulping is very interesting. You can pulp up to 3 kg. You just load the digester. But it is a similar principle in that you want to achieve high pressure and high temperature. It's almost the same principle, but the number of hours that the autoclave cannot really withstand, and also the amounts of biomaterial that could be pulped is not the same when you are using a digester that is made for pulping.
The fiber is then rinsed with fresh water. Rinsing removes the caustic soda residue and non-cellulose matter from the plant. The pulp is then bleached with hydrogen peroxide. Wood pulp has to be bleached as it contains a lot of colored compounds. It needs 6 to 7 stages of bleaching. For seaweed pulp, bleaching may be done just twice.
After that, you have your cellulose, you have your fibers. You will now start with the stock preparation. That's the fiber. What do you do with it? You start with the validator process. You validate the pulp. It's at that stage you make a slurry with the pulp. Some chemicals are called binders that could be used to impart to specific properties, that the texture, the coloration of the paper, the whitening of the paper, the strength of the paper, the texture, and so on and so forth. And among these chemical binding properties, you have the aluminum sulfates, you have your starch, is a binder, you have your erosin, you have your kaolin. You can use them separately or do a combination, just like you can combine pulp samples. And after that, you start with the paper formation. That exciting.
That's why chemists are called magicians.
The paper formation, you know, the chemistry involved is very exciting in the sense that the linkages, in as much as you made a slurry during the validator process, it's as if you really broken the bonds. But during the paper formation, you know, the bond has a way of coming back to actually form the paper sheets. And that is a distinctive difference between the cellulose and ordinary carbohydrates or the starchy material. While, you know, the type of linkages, you have the alpha linkages, the cellulose that made up the carbohydrates was the starch. While in cellulose, the glucoses are being joined by the beta linkages. So, you know, chemistry is an exciting thing. You see the bond coming together on its own, you know, they clay together to form the paper. You see what is happening there? You can see all those things, they are bonding. Starch cannot do this thing. After they will just click. You see how this one? If you put starch, ordinary starch like this, it will never bond.